We are live. All right. So what did we find? We found this thing called by Brio. I think his name is. He works at Cursor. His name is. He's the designer at Cursor. I forgot his name. I think his name is Ryan or just Rye. I forgot. But anyways, on one of the podcasts, with Jackson Dell, he did mention that he's working on a project like this, which is very nostalgic, and it is actually pretty cool. When we play with it, there are a lot of music. If you send this nudge, look at this. This is beautiful. Okay. Yo, double nudge energy. Since nothing else is running right now, here's a tiny experiment for you. Try this journaling prompt. Someone text edit. If I fully trusted my future self, what would I stop worrying about this week? Write 5 bullet points. No polishing, just brain dump. Hi again, by the way. All right, let's see. You know what I would do? I would set deadlines for my goals. Ooh. Login to continue chatting. Oh, we got a login. Username. Login. There's a lot of music stuff going on. But anyways, yeah, we found this thing. It is really cool. Yeah, I literally just found it and I'm like, we have to live stream with this. A lot of good music over here. AI, what is here? Cool, I'll check X. Okay, let's log in, create account. I will make the account. Name it Prashant. Password, we'll say it. Okay, welcome Prashant. All right, so we are in. Let's see. Okay, what is a frog? This is the most insane portfolio. Hello. Love this mate. Hello, users of internet. I think the site died. Rip. Rio. Yo for Rio. Very much alive. Love this nudge. Hey. Infinite Mac seems like to be lagging on my end. Oh wow. For Rio. Just send a message to you on X. Looking forward to hearing from you. Insane portfolio. I think it's also very interesting. We just heard Nikunj talk about the fact that tinkerer, every company would need tinkerers now, and that is pretty cool. Because yeah, you need tinkerer to just go around and see what is happening and then connect the dots and tell you what are the interesting stuff that are happening. Cursor, what is this? Hi everyone, feet, dang. Cursor. Ooh, where are you? The last few years of action is wild behavior change for real. I'm gonna up on my Mac with Bubba, walking across the keyboard as usual. Where you're mentally with those 4 deadlines right now. I'm in goals, not for us. Whoa. Got you for us. Goals makes way more sense, lol. So pick one goal and do this right. Got you. Do this right now. Define done in 1 sentence. Set a fake but specific deadline. Write the tiniest stuff you can do in 10 minutes today. Tell me the goal and I'll help you make those 3 super sharp. My goal, oh my god, is to clear my def French exam. Ooh, duplicate item. Something happened. Ooh, duplicate item. Fun K-pop. Okay, General. And then this one. You should dial back the intensity a bit for real. Autocorrect acting weird. Nice website. So this was chat. This Finder. Applets. What is applets? SimCity. What is... Wait, is this what it means? You're making a road, you just connected, then you make houses. A road, commercial, C. Okay, then you got industrial. What is this? New city. What is 1x? 3x? 4x? Oh. 3x. Okay. Zoom. %. Disasters. Import, export. Ask AI mayor. Thinking. Prioritize building more residential and industrial zones. To meet the high demand, adding a few parks would also boost the happiness and livability of your citizens. Water, services, park, disasters, fire, crime. Whoa. First drive-in diner opens, rock and roll approved, 20 plus, joy, 959. New park bench becomes town gossip spot. Earthquake, 1962, we are 1962, okay. What is this? Fire station, police station, school. Antenna spotted at Sudevian to 9. Why can't we put the hospitals? Oh, maybe I used all my points, something like that. I don't know how to play SimCity, but okay, this seems like a good game. Currency. Oh, this currency one is a basic app right now. Weather. San Francisco. Nice. Music. Big Bang Boa, Cardi B. Nice guy. Oh no, stop. Oh. Stop, otherwise YouTube will say no. The internet. This is also pretty cool, 56 items, okay. Documents, videos, Apple, cursor, Jony Ive, cursor.
Hello, I'm Rio. I'm head of design cursor. Today I'm going to show you RyOS. Oh no. I build cursor by day, and when I go home, I vibe code and I just play with cursor. I started making websites when I was 11, and then I got into like Apple stuff. I was really inspired by the first iMac. It kind of taught me like you can make technology feel more human. And now like with AI and with cursor, I want to show people like you can just vibe code any idea, and it doesn't have to be slop. It can be something really polished. You can put a lot of soul in it. RyOS started from just this app. I built it before I left Notion for my Notion friends. I make a lot of noises in meetings. So I made this so like when they miss me, they can hear my voice.
Oh no. What's one? It's the same thing.
I started building this in these era. It looked nothing like this. It's like super standard UI components. And then I just asked it, what if you made it more interesting, kind of like retro MacOS-y? And I did it, but like it's not quite exactly what I wanted. So I brought it down to cursor. I asked it to like frame this in the window, and then I did it. I asked it to add a menu bar, and then I did it. Like, everything is real. Like you can see, it has like the help menu. You can see like this is like the about. Everything's open source too. You can click on the help link. And now that you have a like a menu bar, a window, then now why not add another app? So the next app I made is this browser. It is like a time traveling browser. You can go back in time. You can also be in the present, but also now you can go into the future. So for the years that are recent, they come from the Wayback Machine web archive. I like them. And for everything else, I use like AI to generate them. So if you go back to like 1985 Apple, you get to see their website like reimagined in that time. It will rewrite all the stories, restyle the things in that way. And then I made this, which is like a time machine. You can just boom, go into it. You can go forward in time to like here, and then it'll load that time. You can preview what's in there. So I don't know, like consciousness as like expanded, or maybe like closer to the present. Here's like the Japanese page. So you can actually change what you want to generate. You can pick the year, you can pick the language. There's a couple like random ones that the agent made up. Let's say like the AI language, maybe this one. And then we can go to different locations. Maybe I should add like more finance in other places. Maybe we go, I don't know, Canada and year. Okay, let's try this. And then it's going to read the current web page, and it'll live generate something for that. And it live generates all the web page content for you. Also, this noise is like pragmatic. I just asked the agent, can you make me like a grinding elevator or anything type of vibe? And I did it. So this is Apple in year 2100 in the language of AI. It's very neural. Also Canadian. I did instruct it to be pretty specific. Say like, for the future years and past years, it will grab your print web page, it will fetch the web page, turn it into Markdown, and then put it through my generating prompt. And then based on your model settings, it will kind of do the right thing. And then it will save the web page in the global cache. So every single user in the planet, they will kind of see the latest cache page. If you refresh, it will replace that page. You can kind of skim through the time. You can actually do a lot of things with whatever that's there already. Like the models that we have, and Cursor has added as it is today, but it is very hard for a lot of people because you need to know a lot of things. You need to know to add the right context. You need to know how different models behave. Some models are good at, say, like one-shot generating this UI. Some models might be good at, like, say, pretending to be me. Some models might be
Oh wow.
maybe more good at like tool use. So
This is so good. This is so good. Our designer built.
maybe you can like play some music for me, and it will call a tool and open up iPod. So different models, they behave differently. You just go, oh, okay, don't. So I can have shader based, and I used to play this a lot. I think in the breaststroke. So idea control every single aspect of it. There are certain parts of the experience you don't like doing, or maybe you are a little bit bad at making fun and stuff, but the AI is better. It will kind of cover that. It will make your thing even better. I think the roles of, say, designers, engineers, product managers, all the definitions of what people should do will change, and then all of these things will blur. The AI does not discriminate between different forms of inputs. I can describe my RyOS, say, through chatting, but maybe like a PM can just, they can do their own parody thing. Or the designer, instead of drawing boxes in Figma and painting pixel colors, they can actually interact with the actual code, and it will be real. It might not be perfect, but you get to iterate on it. You get to see the idea come out in real life really quickly. Then you get to play with more ideas, and you get to refine everything really quickly. You can make the thing exactly the way you want.
It sounds really simplistic, but it still shocks me how few people actually practice this. And it's a struggle to practice, but it's this issue of focus. Steve was the most remarkably focused person I've ever met in my life. And the thing with focus is it's not sort of like this thing you aspire to, or you decide on Monday, I'm going to be focused. It is every minute, why are we talking about this? This is what we're working on. You can achieve so much when you truly focus. And one of the things that Steve would say because I think he was concerned that I wasn't. He would say, how many things have you said no to? And I would, honestly, I would have these sacrificial things, because I want to be very honest about it, and so I say, well, I said no to this, and no to that. And he knew that I wasn't vaguely interested in doing those things anyway. So there was no real sacrifice. What focus means is saying no to something that you, with every bone in your body, you think is a phenomenal idea, and you wake up thinking about it, but you say no to it because you're focusing on something else. iPhone 4 is so much more than just an upgraded product. I mean, this will have a lasting impact on the way we actually connect with each other.
In 2007, the iPhone reinvented the phone. In 2008, the iPhone 3G brought faster 3G networking.
It's crazy how it's the same people.
Revolutionary App Store. In 2009, the iPhone 3GS was twice as fast and brought out new features like video recording. For 2010, the iPhone 4 is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. We're introducing the amazing Retina display, and we're bringing video calling to the world. And we call it big.
This is so satisfying.
It's going to change the way we communicate forever. The very first time I had a FaceTime call, I was blown away. Because it is amazingly engaging, personal. It's all about connecting people. I think of my own children, 7, 8 years, they'll be off to college. And I can imagine being able to call them and see them, but also look into their eyes and see how they're really doing. What makes it even better is that it switches from the front camera to the back camera. So you can show someone what you're seeing. And because it's so mobile, it's your phone, you'll be able to chat anywhere there's Wi-Fi. But what's amazing, every time I've been using it, you can't help but smile and go, can't believe this is real. This is actually
resolution display, ever-changing shapes and tone, with a printed page, precise, impeccable process that laminates the complete equating to this IPS technology and OLED.
Meaning of lots of apps, it creates a full thread. So you can deal with a single camera captures. Not only can you use it, it's
It's crazy how you don't realize how far the world has come. It's crazy to realize how far the world has come. This is crazy.
It's easy to use. Behind it is intense technology.
What's running all this incredible software is our A4 chip. It's something we made larger.
Media post dollars, and we wanted to make this iPhone more capable. We wanted to add more feed price innovation. And we developed an entirely new grade of stainless steel, but after machining, we also developed a custom. This glass is not only used on the front of the phone, but also on the back. The quality of the materials, the manufacturing precision, the advanced technology, ultimately, all of this becomes relevant when you just hold it in your hand.
Even at FaceTime, we're the only new feature we're delivering. This would be an amazing iPhone. But it's the fact that we have the Retina display, 5 megapixel camera.
FaceTime used to be a thing that Apple was proud of, and today FaceTime is still incredible because it's interesting. Like when I talk to someone on FaceTime, the voice quality is so good.
High-def video recording. 8.
I'm very excited about this interview. There are few people in the valley.
So I get a schedule, we can repent at our leisure, and it's as cheap as we put. Or you can try and design something that genuinely attempts to move the species on. And I had a very clear sense of the latter, that this was created by this renegade group in California, and so powerful. I mean, I studied industrial design, I didn't study technology, but I was so moved by the clear values and the resolve and the courage that I think enabled the embodiment of those values. I wanted to meet these people, I wanted to come out. And so, after college in '89, I first came out. I had to return, this is probably way too much information.
You're a modern
Some friends.
There's lots of ways to be as a person. And some people express their deep appreciation for their species in different ways. But one of the ways that I believe people express their appreciation to the rest of humanity is to make something wonderful and put it out. And you never meet the people, you never shake their hands, you never hear their story or tell yours, but somehow, in the act of making something with a great deal of care and love, something's transmitted there.
The iMac Superior
It's crazy.
performance is easy to benchmark, but its real power lies in its simplicity. How do you measure simplicity?
So, let's get back to iPhone. But there are some problems with this. There are some fatal flaws in this approach. It's been 10 months since the new management team took explains why we go about doing things the way we study the arrows. That's a process. No. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's pretty nice. Maps, satellite images, directions, and traffic. This is unbelievable. Wait till you see it. We have widgets, starting off with weather and stocks. And this communicates with the internet over Edge and Wi-Fi, and iPhone automatically detects Wi-Fi and switches seamlessly to it. You don't have to manage the network, it just does the right thing. Now, I want to take a second to talk about email. We hook up to almost any iMac or top-3 mail service. I just want to give you some examples. iMac, of course, is the best because you keep your folders and all your email on the server and access it from anywhere. Yahoo Mail is iMac. Microsoft Exchange has an iMac option, and obviously .Mac Mail is iMac as well. Top 3, Google Gmail, AOL Mail, and most ISPs are top 3 email. Now I want to take a minute and highlight one. Yahoo Mail. Yahoo Mail is the biggest mail service in the world. They have over 250 million users. Biggest email service in the world. And today, we are announcing with Yahoo that they are going to provide free push iMac email to all iPhone customers. So, this isn't just iMac email. It is
understand that this is a set of data that's from maps and partners and so forth, so that you really can get the full integration. A person doesn't understand how hard it was to get it all together.
Eric Schmidt.
From my perspective, this is the first of a whole new generation of data services where these powerful based cloud computers, Google being the leading representative, provides HTML, XML, and other sophisticated services that the Safari browser that's embedded in the iPhone and many other of its type devices and future devices out of Apple will be able to get in. Steve, my congratulations to you, and this product is going to be hot.
As a board member, you'll be one of the first ones. Okay. Now, you also can't think about the internet without thinking about Yahoo. And again, on the phone, we've got Yahoo Search built right in. You can select which one you want to use. Just type in something, hit that Yahoo button, and boom, you're off. And of course, we also have Yahoo iMac email services. And so, it is my great pleasure to introduce Jerry Yang, co-founder and chief Yahoo. Jerry?
This is so cool, using ChatGPT over here. ChatGPT n'autorise pas la connexion. Oh, so these are all the friends in their projects. Chatbook, databases in Notion. Profiles on Facebook. Wait, what? Now powered by Notion. On philosophy, on music improvisation. Vulnerability, on play. I'm interested on play. My mama. As I got older, instead of dutifully practicing for my kind and patient piano teacher, I'd instead hide during lesson time and refuse to practice, upset at my mom for forcing piano upon me. As I got older, I would behave a little bit more, but I only ever completed a year or so of lessons. Play the next piece. Learn this technique, do these scales, warm up, repeat. Piano lessons don't really stick with me or my other 4 siblings. Tortoise and a hare, dancers in synchrony, opposing forces in the epic battle of the times, exploring some note patterns that sound interesting. Piano would have clicked when I was younger. I wonder if the practice and lessons I was learning from consisted of less structure and more play. Wow. What is this? Playground, interactive experiments, demos, and creative projects. Spawn on. We were artists, storytellers, game developers, and world builders. I think many kids were. In their own ways, in their own worlds. We built an imagination world and filled it with story arcs from dozens of characters, stuffed animals, and whatever we could find. To anyone older, I'm sure the art, stories, games, and worlds we built were simplistic and shallow. We didn't name a stuffed turtle. Many characters were dedicated to stereotypes. Pikachu's were feisty, Barbies were beauty obsessed, G.I. Jones were macho. We created a nonsensical political system. Utopic social democracy at times with an occasional fascist coup d'etat. Its own currency. We would give preferential storyline treatment to our favorite stuffed toys. It was our own Westworld built without sophistication. Nobody told us what to do. World was our own creation to fill the void of boredom. To intricate tiles into chessboards, make music out of tongue clicks, and create games while waiting in queues. We would draw and create our own Yu-Gi-Oh cards, playing with them in our decks drawn on our father's business cards. At some point we stopped playing, we stopped building, drawing, creating. We have relegated playtime to video games, board games, and sports, where we are told, hey, you can play now, but follow these rules. We have created less and consume more. We're told we're going to work for the X hours of the week of work so we can enjoy the 168 minus X hours of the rest of the work. Or we cycle between working to live and living to work, fall into our roles and stereotypes and learn how to behave by adhering to the mean. But what if the next time we had a lofty proposition, we sent it? The next time we saw a climbable tree, we tried to climb it. The next time we saw an abstract art piece, we tried to guess the intent. The next time we weren't sure what to eat, we rolled a die. I think we could all use a little bit more play. What if we wrote and created even if we weren't writers or creators? What if we just verbed any word whenever we wanted? What if we tried to play what we worked? What if we tried to play when we worked? Try to explore something different just to see what would happen, focused on non-optimal but more enjoyable or creative parts. Of our jobs, tried different job functions and created quests and adventures out of what we could. There's no reason why work, life, and play are distinctly separate concepts other than our own self-imposed constraints. I think childhood play reminds us how we can create more out of the mundane. It reminds us that we don't need more than what's around us, because what we have in the world around us and in our own heads is already enough if we play just a little bit more. It's very interesting. What if making money is a game? What if we find joy in making money? What if we find joy, like we treat that as a game? What if we find joy in making friends, connecting with people? We think that these are two separate things, but what if they are not? What if they are not? Stripe cursor notion, baby cursor, hypercard sites, Disney, GeoCities, New York Times, Space Jam. What is Space Jam? Image map error. Stephen, I'm curious about the on philosophy. What is the update? Life updates from my friends covering some happenings on the past few months. Previous issue. There's a button for that. Scouring Zillow, touring apartments, moving, decorating, acquiring an absurd number of Philips Hue light bulbs, hosting events. 2 new roomies. We found an anywide directory SF, which is sort of quick list of tech people, started by my friend Neo. Sam was my PM at Notion. I reckon we probably looked at over 400 listings considering 2 to 5 places of constraints with 3 plus bedrooms, reasonable commutes to work. Ideally, Hayes, Panhandle, Haight area, and near park with a good chance space for hosting. A lot of maintenance and decorating. Naturally, the only sane way to deal with this to make some Notion databases. Gallery view of tasks. We looked at hundreds of couches and stack ranked them. Above the line. This one looks good. This one looks homey. Tufted. Yes. Before. Furnished by landlord. Okay. After. Furnished by us. Very good. Very clean. People are developing an aesthetic sense, which is obviously beautiful. Ooh, they got the nice one. Okay. They got the nice couch. Lots of couch. Wow. By the landlord and furnished by us. Wow. Place turned out. Come visit and let us know your home improvement ideas. We hosted a few months, including housewarming, dumplings, brunch. Hope to host many more. Really cool space. Really cool space. Wow. Other happenings. Make with Notion 25 yearly conference was lots of fun. It's a joint privilege to have such a dedicated community of people who pay attention to all the features you build and the subtle design details you thought nobody would notice. After party for the Notion ambassadors, community photos above on the right, selected talks, Aaron K, Ivan, agents of Notion. 2 weddings of some of my favorite people. Congrats to Eileen and Trey and Stephen and Erin. Attended the Lighthaven Summer Conference circuit. Manifest Less Online Summer Camp, Meta Games. Getting to catch Patrick McKenzie for multiple talks. He recently did a great podcast on writing and journalism institutions with Clara Collier of Asterisk. Amid hearing his takes on AI alignment, taste as DOS functions, China versus US and more. Game design talk on Patrick's Parablog, similar content to his recorded talk. Hang out with speakers after the talks where they speak extemporaneously to a smaller audience. Sometimes I will ask anyone from the press here, no? Okay, good, before dropping some need intel. I have been spending less time attending talks overall and more time just chatting with people nowadays, moving away from the I paid dollars for this conference and must make every second count mentally in favor of let's just have a good time and find cool conversations. Combining a few mechanics and then just exploring the design space. I really like this, and so thinking of games as primarily systems, plus packaging graphics, music, gameplay, levels. Fourth angel check. Convet Labs. Let me know if you know anybody interested in the space of brain computer augmentation and thought to text, and happy to make intros. Thought to text. Showing no interesting gameplay systems and mechanics to remix in the future. Sometimes I think game design is about finding the interesting corners of the universe where just do a thing works. SCD works because set works weird and interesting features as a mathematical object. Other times I think the role of the game designer is to point at a random corner. I really would love to just keep checking out stuff from his friends. Point to a random corner of the universe and then just keep saying you aren't looking hard enough while offset. I did an outside lens again. Highlight was. Wow. Fred again. Runway AI Film Festival. My favorite was this. I want to check this one. Fred again in Anderson Park. Yes, we found it. I wrote several thousand words of nonsense on philosophy, covering thoughts on my favorite lenses, Kant's categorical, imperative, Arvin assimilation, effective altruism, taste, various other topics. I wrote on music improvisation as part of a rabbit hole-a-thon, an event where you spend a few hours researching a topic and forming a talk. Thanks for reading. I think we know what rabbit hole-a-thon is. Yes. Next retreat. This is also really cool. Super inspired and energized by all of you. Repertoire felt like it restarted my brain next retreat. We're distracted by work and life to set aside time for curiosity and exploration. As builders and thinkers, we organize hackathons to build our most ambitious ideas, but rarely do we get together to ask and discuss the most interesting and pressing questions. Understand the world and ourselves better, and then integrating that broadened perspective into the things we build. Really cool. That's our friend Donald. I think so. Is that Donald? We're living in a time of unprecedented disruption, from ever more powerful AI systems to living in an era of climate change or rising geopolitical instability. How do we understand the times we are experiencing and chart a path forward? Underexplored case studies of disruption in different fields. What are the effects of disruption on markets, on interpersonal relationships, or on technology? How does disruption happen? What are the drivers or triggers for disruption? How have new mediums of communication such as TikTok or podcasts disrupted political communication? Industries integrate new technologies. How do these technologies reshape tasks for different jobs? Blockchain chicken farm. Bubbles and the end of stagnation. How the labor market adjusted to mechanizing telephone operations. AI is normal technology. The process of creative destruction. Wait. Okay, this opens up in a different link. This is cool. AI as normal technology. The process of creative destruction and innovators' dilemma. Age of invention. The cold conquest. Wait, what if? What if we do all our streams with this browser? That would be cool. This is a browser in a browser. But we need to keep the same aspect ratio of old macOS version. That would be cool. Can we delete them? No, we can't delete them. DCSF NYC. She's a friendly neighborhood librarians. Stephen Wu. I'm curious about the philosophy part of this. Let's see. How long is this? Other thoughts on categorical imperative on effective altruism, on knowing things. More knowledge is always better than that a more accurate map leads to better outcomes. The pragmatic lens disagrees and instead argues the information is only valuable if it's properly integrated and thus leads to better actions. Irregular code to the utility of lens integration. When you first adopt a new lens, it might distort your worldview. You might over-identify with that, see it everywhere, or apply it counterproductively, for example. Simulate significant aspects of humanity.